had a thought. So, like astrology and zodiacs and herbs and crystals and just all that type of stuff. You know how or our hands, like certain things mean the lifeline and blah 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 blah, right? Or like a certain zodiac, like they say it, their personality is this and this. Or like a crystal, the crystal, what it represents, this represents healing, blah blah blah. How, it's just like the Bible in a way, but how did they figure out those truths? So I was just thinking about it, because if I, okay, so let's say I'm holding a crystal, right, and it's purple. Purple, to a lot of people, represent divine, higher dimensions, just, yeah. And it's supposed to help with healing and stuff like that, right? But what if I don't believe that? And I'm like, nah, I think orange is that. I think orange is the divine color and higher dimensions and blah, blah, blah. Then you would be different than everybody else. But also, does that make what people believe the crystal represents not true? Or like zodiacs, like they say Capricorns are the most hardworking, right? Why do they say, or the other one is they talk about Capricorns being the hardest to fool, right? But how do they know that info to be true? Yeah, there's probably like tons of people that a lot of Capricorns that are like that, but then there's also Capricorns out there that are not like that, and not necessarily abuse change that, or brain injuries or anything, but they could just be born not believing that as well. And kind of like I'm struggling to explain what I'm trying to ask, I guess you could say, or like what I'm wondering, like curiosity, I guess. I don't know, like rainbow, okay? The color red we see as red. But what if there's there's probably people out there, colorblind people, like they don't see, I think it's blue as blue, or they struggle with seeing the exact color. So they had to learn that this color that they're seeing right here is what red looks like, but it's different from someone else that sees red. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you have lines on your hands, right? And they say if you have in witchcraft type stuff, okay? Which is not all bad, okay? Anyways, so you have your lifeline, right? And there's little cracks, and they're so that means you had struggles here. That means that you died when you were born here, and blah blah blah. Who decided that? Someone had to say blah 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 blah, and then everyone just believed them, because there's no I don't understand how someone said that, and the same thing for another person, it became truth. But how do you know it's really true? Because all it was someone made up is this, and then everyone just followed along. it's gonna take me a little while to get over this part. But isn't that basically spirituality and astrology and all of that too? The same thing. And believing in God and Jesus and all that. Like, oh my God, that's like, that's basically the same thing. It's one person believed in something and then everyone followed. So technically everyone is a follower, even people that say they're not followers, aka me. Like, people tell me I'm not a follower, but if you think about it, I am a follower because I believe in spirituality and energy and stuff like that. And I believe this color crystal represents this, and this herb does this, and this essential oil does this. And everybody believes that essential oil does the same. Everybody else that sees that essential oil also believes that the essential oil represents this, or this crystal represents this. So in a way, it's all a placebo effect. It's back to what I always thought. Whatever you believe is true for yourself, even though it might not be true outside. But outside not what really matters. The truth is what matters to you. If you can be yourself 100% when you're by yourself, then you are okay, right? No, my brain did not. So, like, okay, to enter heaven again, you have to be reborn. But who knows that's the full truth? Because Jesus said it. But what about before Jesus was even born, or before Christ? Someone said it, like a prophet, or like just someone said it. An angel could have said something, and we all believed, because it started out with one person in your one of your ancestors being there at that moment and seeing, I don't know, maybe flying or magic or whatever, and what they saw was their perspective, their story, and they passed their story down to another one of your ancestors, and it kept going and going and going. And eventually, since there's so many people on the earth, the story just got passed around like a big secret does. It got passed around, and the secret, like when you pass a secret around, if you pass it around too much, it gets morphed. Things get added, or things get missed out, or it becomes a completely different story. So what if that is the exact same thing for everything else? And so the truth is really, I don't know. But like, so God is you are God. God is everything, you're everything. But it's inside, because what you perceive is an illusion. What you're seeing with your eyes is an illusion. And the illusion can become so strong that it becomes a story, because it's what someone perceived from that illusion. And then, like I said, they passed it down of generations, or just the friends, or just strangers, And it basically got bigger and bigger and bigger. And because it got so big, the energy of it was so big that it became manifest as its own identity. And then as it was manifest as its own identity, people even believed even more because this entity was created, and this entity could do magic tricks, and so people fell for its magic tricks. Because anyone could do magic tricks, because it's an illusion, by using things to put together to make things happen. But you first have to believe thing in order for it to happen, because if you believe it, then you feel it, and then if you feel it, then you can create it, and if you can create it, then it's created. And then so, like, you are God because the energy is in you and the energy is from Him. But if you're a male, you are the positive energy, the sun, the light, and then female are the negative energy, the dark, the whatever, but it's not bad. It's just like a battery, a positive and negative. And becoming one is becoming man, but it's being able to take your powers from the negative part and be able to manifest them into the light part, because the battery uses together to make the energy. And that's why the moment you have your forbidden fruit opened is the moment the energy is able to come in you, because there's a hole. And in order to get charged, is the man part. And the female already has the energy. And we always have the energy because we are the creators. Because, yeah. So, it's not actually male and female, though. It's just masculine and feminine. And the male side, the masculine side is the right side, and the feminine is the left side. And in higher life, everybody, a majority of people are right-handed. So a majority of people work their masculine side, and they're not tapping into their feminine side. And everyone needs to tap into the feminine side, because that's when they can find out who they really truly are, because that's the shadow part of you, that's the part you hide, that's the part we try to keep hidden. But people are left-handed automatically show that, even though they don't realize they're showing it. They're not self-aware until they are self-aware, because they are awoken, and when they're awoken, then they're realizing that. Did you get that? Yeah, I think my brain I think I just had a download, maybe. But it just, like, calculated things together. And, like, that fits with everything, because, like, Adam and Eve, all it was was a battery, basically becoming one, which is the moment of. That's why they say the beginning of being a god is at your feet, because That's the moment energy can go in your body because of and then that's the moment wisdom happens. So do you not want to give, feed, but you want to be fed? So you don't want to give your energy, but you want energy. And that's looking outside of yourself, which is what you don't want to do, because that's where the religion, the illusion is. You want to look into yourself. So you want to figure a way to take your energy and just basically keep your energy, but also regenerate energy, which is aka a generator from human design, because they can just generate energy on their own. So we really aren't all humans, because the ones that can't generate are the ones that are here to show shadow side of other people, to show other people their shadow. And there's either going to be the projectors like me, where whatever you reflect yourself that you're trying to hide, I'm going to project it back at you, your shadow, so you can face your demons, your shadow. And then the reflectors are the ones that help you see your true self. And then the manifestors are the ones that can create. So not everybody can create. Or everybody can. Okay. Now I'm getting like, I don't know if you heard all of that, but, and I'm not high. Just have to add that on. Because people are going to go, oh my God, she's high. No, I'm not high. I just took a lot of energy. I just used up so much brain energy. Like, my headache is back because I used up so much. Anyway, so thought process on that, please. Alright, love you. Bye.